I'm absolutely delighted to welcome our guest, Gerard Murphy of Murphy Larkin, based in Tramore. These guys are amazing. You know, shows say almost nationwide. These guys are fully nationwide. Welcome, Gerard. Great to have you here.
Thank you.
We've been connected on LinkedIn for some time, and I kind of felt like I knew you already when I met you. It's a funny thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it's funny how LinkedIn is. It just has this perception of this person, this is this person. But yeah, look, we're here. We're here. Finally.
And thanks for all the goodies you brought.
Thank you.
Gerard, tell us about your business. You're 17 years based in Tramore, but you also have a presence in Clonmel, Cork and Dublin. Tell us about what you actually do in Tramore.
Well, I suppose where it started 17 years ago was to really have a showroom of doors and floors. I suppose from that we went nationwide with our online, and that's where it kind of has grown from there. So it's all about trying to make it happen, make it grow, see what trends are out there, trying to see what's the latest door, what's the latest flooring, what's the accessories in the middle, which are the door handles, the skirt and the arc ribs, the things you'd never think of, but they're all adding to it.
Gerry's very understated, but it's a hugely successful business. I have done my research and I love your line from bricks to clicks. You really drove the business on even more when you went online. Talk to us a bit about that and how you promote the business to get as much traffic as possible for anyone who's running their own business. They might find that interesting.
Yeah, of course. When we started in 2009, it was just, we had a website with just an information website. I was talking to my brother, he said, you really need to be online. I was thinking, why? You know, and then he said, we need to have your products online, you need to have this, you need to have that, you can talk about everything, and I couldn't understand that. Following year, he done the website, away we went, you know, and it was, as soon as that happened, the floodgates opened, people are like, get on the phone, they're speak to us about this, speak about that, people are placing orders online, Cork, Kerry, wherever, they were.
Amazing.
All over the place, placing orders.
And how do you transport? Do you have a contractor that works for you? How does that work?
Well, we use all the we use DPD, we use Fastway, we use CRO, which is a local company here, courier company here in Waterford. We also have our own vans, which we designate around the country every week. So we might have a Cork run, we might have a Galway run, a Dublin run, which we have 4 times a week. We have all these different runs, and we get to everyone. You know, so we try to get to everyone there within a week. So
not only are you manufacturing, you really have a logistics business as well.
Yeah, we have that, and it's funny, the amount of vans we have there is scary. I was counting there the other day, I said, we've just too many vans. But obviously we have them for a reason. You know, yes. The vans are designed to be, get maximum capacity out of there. Let's get them delivered. Let's get people the product they need in time and in good.
Earlier on we were chatting and I loved what you said. You're always looking at continuous improvement. What does that actually look like from a day-to-day basis, and the feedback that you're saying that you get from your customers?
I suppose that's where it lies, is getting the feedback and how to do better the next time, do better the next week. And we take in so much information. We could take in 200-300 phone calls a day. Wow. You know, some days between all our team there. And what's important is that if we know there's a problem, we kind of tend to take an note of the problem here again. We take a note of then the same problem keeps reoccurring, so it keeps raising its head. So there's issues there on it. We always try to fix the issue. So we use single loop and double loop learning. So for example, we come into the studio here, it's at 21 degrees. Okay, it's a bit warm. Okay, we'll bring it down to 19. Next morning you go back in, it's 21 degrees. So double loop learning is coming in and saying, why is it set at 21 degrees? So we go in and try to fix it, and we will try to go fix the problems from the feedback we're getting. And then once we fix it, we're on to the next one. So it never stops. It's all about continuing trying to improve, and that's how we do it.
And that's why your customers keep coming back. You're saying you provide a whole load of solutions. So for people watching, Gerard, if I'm building a new house, or I've bought a new house, or I want to upgrade my house, or I want to do a big job before Christmas, what kind of products could I go on? Obviously I know, but I want you to tell us.
Yeah, of course. I'm never one to kind of say, oh, we should do this, we do this, and we're great. I'm not that kind of person, but people will come in and say, look, I want to do a door, I want to do a floor in the sitting room, and then next year I'm going to continue on with this, that, and the other thing into further parts of the house. And that's what it's about. You know, it's not, we're never just trying to do the hard sell.
Sure.
It's not about that. It's about coming in here. It's about the customer experience, coming in either online, either asking us through various medias that we have. So we have our chatbots, we have our own people there, we have our WhatsApp group, so people can communicate with us really easy. So there's no barriers there. We're trying to take down, eliminate any barrier from having someone to speak to us. There's no robots, all humans.
And I can see from your shirt it's doors, floors and stairs.
Oh, yeah.
Does that summarise it?
I have to say the stairs then as well, I suppose.
And in terms of stairs, you know the way you see normal stairs,
Yeah.
but you see some really seriously cool stairs.
Yes.
What kind of stairs do you do?
We could say we do the really cool stairs, is what
Yes.
we'd say anyway, but we do all various stair components. And we
Yes.
don't manufacture the stairs, but the great thing is that people can come in now and I want to change the handrail, I want to change the base rail, I want to change the spindles, I want to get a whole new stairs. And the thing with the stairs is that it's such a big piece of furniture in someone's home. See, they don't know what furniture is anymore, no one really does. But a floor is a big piece of furniture, a stairs is another big piece of furniture. And it's like the couch here, these are all part of it and they're all making that, they're all encompassing the whole home. So it's about getting the right components together.
It's incredible how stairs is the first thing you see when you
Yes.
go into a house. And you know, we had a house on the market in Middleton and wow, the stairs is just jaw-dropping. The first thing you see
Yeah.
when you go into the house. So it can make or break a house, can't it?
Oh, absolutely. And I always remember going years ago, I was up in Titanic in Belfast,
Oh,
the
yeah.
experience. And there was this room where they actually had a section of the stairs replicated in there and looking at it. I remember looking at it and saying, wow, that is so cool, you know, seeing that. And again, like you're saying, it's just the impression it left with me. Yeah, so I really wanted to go on, can we get better parts? Can we get better components? But how do we make that easy for someone to change?
Yes.
So it's a balance
Working with what they have.
There's a balancing act. And as you know, there's always difficulty getting trades at the moment.
Yes.
So the items we can make easier for someone which they'll have a big impact is also so important for us.
Of course. What's it like doing business in your own community in Tramore?
Ah, sure, Tramore, love it. You know, I suppose I'm not there from there originally. I'm a blow and I'll always be a blow in there, but it's just that beach. It's just that has me just dragged in. It's that golden sand that's there. It's the whole atmosphere of Tramore. It's a lovely place to be. You know, I'm there because when I was small, I was brought there. You know, I was lucky to go there, and I just have those memories.
And there's
I always
some really
wanted to be
nice
there.
cafes and bars and restaurants. The whole lifestyle is very chilled, isn't it?
It is that, but you know what? There's a great sense of business out there as well. Not
Yeah.
only that, but
Yes.
it's how they all work together and how they operate together. There's a great, as I say, ecosystem out there. A lot of people are just drawn there. You know, as you could see the traffic going out to I know I'll have to go in the back road. I was coming back in, I had to get something in town. I had to go back in the back road. The traffic was just going back for miles, and it's great to see.
A great place to live, work and play.
Yeah, we said it. That's
Great.
exactly it.
Any trends at the moment that you're seeing with regards to doors for people watching? What's in vogue?
Well, black doors have always been a thing of the past couple of years. It's really grown there. So we feel that is really starting to really grow and grow and grow. And we're looking at a floor down here. It's the herringbone pattern. That's also very popular. Now people think it's in everyone's home. It's actually not. It's actually the people who are posting it seem to be posting it all the time. So everything's in everyone's home. It's actually not, but it's certainly something that's very important with us. Door handles, believe it or not, it's like the jewellery. You know that goes on the doors? They are so much now after coming up. I'm impressed in the way things are. They're really after coming up a bit.
And it's funny, handles, I do have a thing about handles. They can really transform a door and also a kitchen unit. They really, really can.
And it's like as you said, it's the most important part of the little bits of jewellery that you wouldn't think, well, there's the door, but it's actually the other little bits that make it, even down to the colour of the hinges. So the fine details that really make a big difference there.
Like everything, it's all the dressing, isn't it? Aren't glasses that we wear on our face now become very trendy, haven't they?
I can't see them without them though.
Gerard, tell us, before we wrap up, what would you put your success down to in Murphy Larkin?
You can put it down to a lot of things. I always felt it was down to a combination of people and how we work together. You know, myself and Michael have been trucking on for 17 years there. You know, there's a reason why we're so successful is because how we work together. It's always been the way. You know, we have two brains. We think very differently. We run the business very different ways. We're in different areas of the business. So having that and
complement each other,
bringing it all together is what really works. We both have a lot of the same skill sets, but we're both very resilient.
Yes.
We both love change.
Yeah.
You know, so we're constantly trying to push ourselves to be the next thing, look at the next thing, what's the next opportunity there. Those things are so important to us. Currently, we have an expansion going in Clonmel at the moment.
Wow.
We have new warehouses going in there now at the moment because we want to facilitate Clonmel the same way as facilitate the Waterford area. So that's so important to us. And with that, we're going to expand our new showrooms there as well in Clonmel now to make them larger again, to have more product in there. So that's what it's all about, is having that little growth. Every now and again.
From earlier on chatting to you, you're an engineer by background, you have great attention to detail, and I think that's so important for all of us in business to take the feedback from the client. How can we continuously improve? And isn't it really all about those marginal gains?
The devil is in the detail, you know, and that's what's the difference between good and great, is when you focus on the detail. And it might not make a difference to a lot of people. And I know you wrote about it in your book. And I remember the fire example you gave about the fire.
I know.
And that's what resonates with me, is when you said, I should have done this. And I made them mistakes many a time. And I said, I should have went with my gut. And this business is about also trusting your gut, not trusting the metrics, not trusting the feedback and everything you have. You always have to, I think there's something wrong there, or there's something that I'm missing.
But
which
it's
I
the
feel
extra,
is important.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's the finer details. It's the devil that's in the detail, and I feel that is key to any business that's going to be different, that's going to stand out there at the moment.
Well, I'd just like to say thanks for coming in, Gerard. You're an absolute ray of energy and positivity. What a real pleasure. Continued success to Murphy Larkin. We're so lucky to have such a business here in Waterford County. Garv Mila Magod.
Thank you.
Thank you.